With Jurassic World Evolution 3 coming out, it raises a question: what DLCs could come after their release? And I'm going to be showing you my concept for a new DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 3, including all 6 new possible dinos in the early creatures pack. The first of 6 species is the Baculite. The Baculite works as an early game dino that has needs similar but slightly higher than the Ichthyosaurs, with 5 to 7 Baculites per batch, giving the Baculites less than Ichthyosaurids but more appeal than the Ichthyosaurids too. Females have slightly rounded shells, while males have more colorful rings around the shell, and the shell is almost completely straight. The baby looks similar, but it's smaller and thinner. These dinos, although early game, if upset, will run themselves into a wall, breaking a shell and causing rapid health loss. And after the fact, stamina and health are halved, making Nautildia a risky group of species to have around. The next species is also in the family Nautildia. It's the Cuperoceras, which only needs 1 lagoon for 3 of these dinos. It's relatively similar to the Baculites, except this one will cohabitate well with all dinosaurs, making it less of a dino and more of an improvement to lagoons as a whole. And to add to the ambience of a lagoon, this species will have multiple lux patterns that retain a bright color in the day. The final species in the family Nautildia is Parapuzosia, which will refill a gap that has been filled but not as well as it could have been, the Titan of the Sea. This is filled with Shoniosaurus or Mosasaurus, but although the Shoniosaurus is large, it feels less significant in a lagoon with Mosasaur or even Tylosaur. But the Parapuzosia will be much larger, at a diameter of 6 feet or more, which will fill in the Titan of the Sea spot in lagoons. With babies having an animation where they hide in the mother's or father's tentacle, this adds life to the Parapuzosia. Parapuzosia needs to feed on both fish and shark feeders in their enclosure. With the shark feeder, instead of jumping out of the water, it uses its tentacles, like the kraken, to reach up and grab the shark, then pull it down, which rips the shark in half. Side note from later: the Parapuzosia will also be able to pick up the child with its tentacles, lift it into the air, and let the child grab onto the shark so the child can eat. I feel this adds life to an animal that would otherwise be seen as a cold-blooded killer. If it's housed with any other large marine animal, the Parapuzosia will hide in rocks or kelp and then strike at the other large marine animal. The next animals are trilobites, and all dinos except the Anomalocaris can happily cohabitate, giving creative park builders, living decoration, and challenge/campaigners a way to boost appeal without getting an entirely new lagoon. The first of 2 is the Dicanoris. The spiky exterior will give it a unique look, but I feel it will only be used if in the skins there is basically a split between different rocky colors and different extremely bright colors, with the same thing on patterns, but a few Lux skins. So then you can do a dual rocky skin with a Lux green spikes for a Lux enclosure. And then the second one is Aestalius rex, which is a large trilobite. This one will be large into a size a little bit bigger than the Ichthyosaurus. With similar skins, both trilobites will need rocks and open space. The next animal is similar to the Anomalocaris. It's the Opabina. It's smaller than the Ichthyosaurus and doesn't dislike any species, and lives well with large and small and medium dinos. The Opabina has the same needs as Anomalocaris, but has less appeal, needs less space, and lives well with most, making this an earlier to mid-game dino. And the final dino before the new non-dino features is the Mixopterus, an apex predator the size of a Mosasaurus, which need at least 3 others in their tank, need a fish feeder and a shark feeder. These dinosaurs need plenty of open space, with 85% of their enclosure being open space, 5% being rocks, and 10% being species. Depending on whether the pack reaches the $10 mark, This pack would also include a mud brush for the bottom, being similar to the sand brush, but making other species like it, which the trilobite and Mixopterus are one of them. And they would also include a brand new shark feeder, which is similar to the fish feeder or goat feeder, but instead of bringing out a goat, it brings out a shark, and it attaches to the side like a fish feeder. This would be helpful for a lot of different species, and it's necessary for the Anomalocaris and Mixopterus. They can only use the shark feeder. And also, it's helpful for the other animals because it would also raise their appeal. Okay, bye.